going to do an insight video again today. We're going to keep talking about diamond consciousness and the union of energy that's needed, and soul consciousness and oneness vibration, because this is the process of sort of like ascension, the process of activation, the process of becoming more spiritually aligned with this age, with this time, and it's all what's happening at the moment. I keep talking about this diamond consciousness and this diamond energy and vibration and frequency, which has been sort of with me over the last. I've had it for like 6 to 8 months, even longer than that. A year or so was the first time that this concept of diamond consciousness come through. First time it came through, I was seeing it more sort of like two equilateral triangles, like one on top of each other. And that was sort of like this notion of like the union, and it was like insight and wisdom and teaching relating to is, I say, like heaven on earth, but really what it is this is oneness vibration, and the opening of the soul and the integration and the union of the higher self, and how that they both work in perfect union in the oneness vibration to open us up as channels to start to receive insight, understanding, awareness, and it's also sort of like opens us up to start to integrate this consciousness that is coming from the infinite realms of dimensions of light and reality, and this is what's happening on the planet at the moment. A lot of these integrations are coming from higher sort of like frequencies and higher vibrations, and this is again the part of this diamond consciousness that's coming down. These higher vibrations and frequencies are the integration of this spiritual sort of vibrations and frequencies from different dimensions and realities. And like I said, I've talked about Lemuria, I've talked about Atlantis, and I've talked about sort of like this concept of Andromeda, Lyra, Helios, and these are all these sort of like frequencies that are starting to once again integrate on the planet, as they did many years ago in spiritual cultures where we were highly evolved, we were highly sort of like aligned, and that was through the oneness vibration, the oneness frequency. Universal laws were used and were sort of understood, and they were integrated. Again, the universal law of oneness, the universal law of vibration, the universal law of correspondence are three that I talk about. The universal law of rhythm. All of these connect straight into sort of like connect in perfect union with things like the universal law of inspired action, where you start to connect with insights and awareness, and all of this is part of the oneness vibration, but all of this is part of like this consciousness that's coming down, this diamond consciousness, this diamond awareness, which is the union of pure unity between many different realities and many different sort of realities of like consciousness, light, vibration and frequency. This is where the beings of light work with us. You know, you've got these infinite beings, you've got the teachers. As I'm sitting here now, I'm getting a vision of a being dressed in completely white. He's got long golden hair and a long golden beard. Gold is always sort of like, to me, it's sort of like it's source energy, but it's also like ancient wisdom, ancient wisdom, knowledge. The being is in white, so it's like high vibration, high frequency. It brings like clarity. It brings like truth, like the ultimate truth, which is like this spiritual sort of understanding that all things are connected, all things are sort of like part of one vibration, but also is sort of like a universal teacher. When it's dressed in white, I always feel like it's like a universal teacher, and the gold is very much connects to like the universal wisdom, the universal knowledge and wisdom. And it's sort of like this being steps forward, and it's stepped forward, is dressed in white, long beard. The long beard again is very much symbolic of knowledge and wisdom, and the long energy is always like high vibrations, high energy. So it's like an infinite being bringing infinite wisdom. And this is what's going on with this time, and this is why I feel I'm being sort of like directed to talk about this, and this sense of diamond consciousness. The diamond consciousness is symbolic of the union, the perfect union of the oneness vibration, the oneness frequency, that all things are connected. You know, the diamond consciousness is the understanding that we are connected to the infinite realms of dimensions and light, and the oneness vibration, that all beings are working in harmony as one vibration, one frequency. And this is the key. This is the key. And this is the expansion of the key consciousness of the soul consciousness at the moment. The soul knows that it is part of this one vibration, this infinite vibration, that is all realities, that all dimensions that exist in one time, in the eternal moment, in this moment here now. And this is what this time's about. And all guides and all angels and all beings vibrate as one, as we all vibrate as one. There is no separation. Even on the planet, there's no separation with the trees, with all realities. Even a physical object like a car is made up of source vibration and frequency. It's energy and light. The physicality of it is just, that's what it is. It's like the physicality, but beyond that, it's all made up of vibration and frequencies, as is all things. And this is the sort of the universal understanding. This is the universal wisdom. This is the universal insight, and that, you know, knowing that we're all this. You've got other concepts of like the I am presence, which is again very much connected to this oneness vibration, but the source creation. And the I am presence again is the knowledge, the understanding that you are part of a whole vibration, a whole frequency, and that all creation is just vibration and frequency. Everything is vibration and frequency. And this is why it's important to talk about the diamond consciousness and the union of the soul and the higher self, because all these things are like connected. They're not separate. Nothing is separate. And I feel for a long time in spirituality and spiritual sort of wisdom and insight, we always felt like we were trying to get somewhere. We're trying to arrive somewhere, when actually we've always been there. We've always been in this vibration, this frequency. And so in that sort of like truth and essence, in the eternal moment, we realise that we don't really need to go anywhere. We've already got the tools. We've already got the vibration, the frequency. And this is what this soul consciousness is bringing. The soul consciousness knows, because the soul knows that it's part of this infinite oneness vibration. And the soul consciousness also know, the key of consciousness knows that we're all bringing a vibration, a frequency. We've all integrated, and we've all bringing a vibration of soul consciousness that is part of the piece of the puzzle back to this planet. And it's about us aligning with that and opening up to it, and once again expressing it in a way that we start to once again come into alignment, because it's all about alignment, it's all about harmony, it's all about balance, it's all about peace. All spiritual beings know this. All beings know that they're connected, and all beings know that we're all part of the same vibration and frequency. And this is the big shift I feel with the diamond consciousness and the oneness vibration, the eternal moment. All of this is so important that we start to vibrate like that. Again, I go to work and I'm trying to shift and change now, because I was anchoring energy in, and the second part to that is then to express it. So it's alright anchoring it in and anchoring the energy in for all beings, but then you need to express it and allow it to flow through you. So once again, that you're connected, so you become this perfect flow of the universe. And this is where the union comes in as well with the diamond consciousness, because once you open up to your soul self, or your soul consciousness, and you express it, then you integrate with your higher consciousness, which becomes the open channel. And then the higher consciousness, the higher self, then connects directly to the oneness vibration. So you become this perfect flow of energy and light that starts to flow through your channel, and then you can start to express it within your reality. And again, it's about this eternal moment, being in the eternal moment. When you're in the eternal moment, where you're in the vibration, the frequency of your own energy, everything is then expressed. It flows through you and expresses outwardly, and it creates a different reality. It creates a different vision for this planet and for yourself individually. And this is what this time's about. We're all sort of vibrational. We're all channels for that vibration, that frequency. And this is really important, because the more we do this, the more we become these open channels, and the more we start to integrate and bring down and anchor that, you know, as we start to integrate the union, again, that diamond consciousness, that union between the soul and the higher self, we become these open channels to receive that infinite knowledge, that infinite wisdom from the many different teachers, the many different beings that are working with us to bring harmony and balance to the planet once again, which is what they did in Lemuria, and this is what they did in Atlantean times. And it is again, we are in this age of great evolution and growth and expansion, which is happening now. And this is why like the universal law of rhythm is so important, because the universal law of rhythm is the natural cycles of like the death and rebirth, in a sense, where the natural cycles keep coming in, and death and rebirth are two human labels we use, but death and rebirth are really sort of like transmutation, where we keep transforming into different states of being and consciousness through vibration and frequency, that we start to then express and like express these new vibrations and frequencies, and these new vibrations and frequencies then start to go out and vibrate within the planet and within the ether of the planet, and start to create those higher frequencies on the planet, and they start to create these new realities, these new frequencies that many of us are tuning into at the moment. And this is what this time's about, and this is why it's so important to awaken to the soul and create that kind of union between the soul consciousness, the soul vibration, the soul frequency. And that, like I said about the soul consciousness, we're bringing these vibrations, that we need to express them, and when we express them, we're then sending out the frequencies, the building blocks for this new reality, this new age, which is what a lot of us are connected into. And this is why you're feeling a shifting, and a lot of people will feel a shifting when you start to expand to this, because your current reality and your current life, it may feel like there's something missing. It may feel like there's something not quite in harmony and union, because it's like once you start to awaken to it, the things that you were connected to, or the things that you thought in your reality that made sense, they your reality shifts, and you because your consciousness is shifting, your consciousness is changing. And then what happens is then you start to then be directed through your soul consciousness. You're being directed, and the integration with your higher self, you start to receive the insights and the understanding of what things you need to change. But you're doing that for yourself on an individual level, but you're also doing it collectively for the planet. And this is what this time's about, and this is what this oneness vibration is about. This is what this diamond consciousness is about, and this is what this pure integration and union of the soul and the higher self is about. And that's the insight for today.